Okay, let's get into the letter name stage of spelling development. We learned earlier that there are 5 stages. We talked about that in the emergent or pre-phonemic stage, kids have not yet discovered that when we are writing and reading, we are actually mapping sounds onto letters. They're pre-phonemic. They're not thinking about the sounds yet. In the letter name stage, children are starting to think about the sounds of letters. So they've made that alphabetic print discovery that every letter has a name, sound, and a particular way that it's formed. Now, in the letter name stage, children often think that the name of the letter represents the sound of the letter. So the letter P makes sense that the sound of P is P. And the letter B, it makes sense that the sound of B is B. But that doesn't work for all letters. For example, the letter G, the primary sound is not J, the primary sound is G. And the letter W, the primary sound is not D, it's W. So the idea that kids get that the sound of the letter is related to the name works for some letters, but not for all of them. And it's one of those things we have to be aware of. When we see a child write the word dog with a W, we'll know what's behind that approximation. So in every stage, letter name within word syllable juncture and derivational constancy, there are 5 features that kids are tending to learn in that stage. That's how we're dividing these stages up. So in the letter name stage, kids are learning consonants. Those are the letters that are not the vowels. So if you know that vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, the consonants are every other letter. So C, N, S, T, those are consonants. We teach consonants first because they tend to have a consistent sound. The letter N most always has the sound N. The next category of feature that we teach is called short vowels. So we're thinking about A, E, I, O, U, but we're thinking about the softer sound that they make. So the short A is A as in cat. The short E is as in men. The short I is as in pit. The short O is as in pot. The short U is as in up. Those are the short sounds. Now you could say, wait a minute, in 2nd grade, I learned that sometimes Y is a vowel. Y is a vowel. There's not a short vowel sound for Y. That's why we're not including it at this point. We will later on. The third category of sound is the blend. Now a blend is just when you have 2 consonants that happen in quick approximation to each other, and the sounds are kind of magnetically attracted to each other. They're hard to pull apart. So in the word blend, you have 2 blends. The BL makes a bull sound that is very hard to pull apart, and the ND makes a sound nd, blend, that is hard to pull apart. So those are blends. The thing to remember about blends is you can still hear the sound in each of the letters that are kind of gluing themselves together. The 4th category is a digraph. Now a digraph is 2 consonants that when you put them together, they make a new sound. So a common digraph is SH, sh. When you put an S and an H together, they don't make the sound saha. That would be a blend. Instead, they make a new sound, sh. In English, we have TH, we have PH, like in the word digraph, makes a f sound, SH, CH, and technically, WH makes a new sound. So if you're not from the Midwest, you may pronounce WH as where, almost like you're putting the H before the W, where, when, what, right? But in the Midwest, unfortunately, we pronounce WHs as if the H is a silent letter. Affricates. Affricates are very tricky. They're little chirping type sounds. Sounds like a cross between a ch and a j put together. It's really hard for folks who are literate, so you know what the sounds of letters are, to actually hear affricates. Affricates are the little chirping sound at the beginning of like the word try, try. Now, because you and I can read and write, we think try sounds with t-er at the beginning, but we don't say t-ry. We don't say that. We say try. It's almost like it's a ch-ch. So what you will notice is when children hear the affricate, they will try to spell it the way it sounds. So when a child tries to write the word try, you'll see them write a CH at the beginning. So affricates are hard for us to hear. So really in this class, since we're not linguistics, it's not a linguistics class, I'm going to really ask you to remember that there are times when DR and TR at the beginning of words make that chirping sound. Like in the word dragon, dragon and try, little chirping sounds. Those are our 5 features in letter name stage. Now, I would like you to take your 26 3x5 cards, orient that card vertically, and then I want you to write one of these example features at the top of each of your cards. I would like you to write it at the top so that we can hold the card at the bottom and our students can still see the top. I would like you to write that in marker so that we can see it across the room. And I would like you to write that large enough and clear enough that kids could see it at a distance of 10 to 15 feet. So that means you probably want to take the whole first, 1/3 of that card to write the letter. Don't write just a little tiny little 1-inch letter form, right? Make these big so that they can be seen. Give yourself enough space on the bottom to hold the card. On each card, you will put one of these phonics features. So now for consonants, I just gave you a sample of consonants. These are not all of the consonants, but if you use these, that will help us practice during class. And it will also help you as you study these phonics features. Again, you're going to put one each of these vowels at the top of a card, and the blends and the digraphs and the affricates. Okay? And then on the weekly prep, I will show you how you can use these to study. The quickest, easiest way to use these to study is you shuffle your card deck, and then you quickly look at the card that's face up, and you decide what pile it should go. Make 5 piles in front of you, kind of like you're playing solitaire. And so you look at the SH, you'll say, oh, that's a digraph. And if the next card is a G, then you say, what, that's a consonant. So you put it in a different pile. And go through your cards as quickly as you can. Do it once, then pick those cards up, shuffle them all up, do it again. Now the idea is you're trying to sort these into piles without looking to see like this little answer key. So you wouldn't have this video up, right? But what you could do is after you've sorted them into piles, if you weren't sure you were getting it in the right pile, you could pull this video up to check. Oh, I put the ST in the digraphs, but I could really hear each of the sounds, so it really needs to go in the blend pile. I would do this multiple times until it's getting automatic. The tricky part about phonics is you're going to have a lot of academic language in this class, and it gets it kind of snowballs. So this week you're learning 5 phonics features. Next week or in 2 weeks you'll learn 5 more, and it keeps going. So if you don't give yourself some time and do what we call distributed practice, where you practice a little bit over multiple periods of studying, it will be very hard for you to learn these features quickly and learn them in a way that you can retain them through this class and then across a couple of years so that when you take your Reading Foundations 090 licensure test, you will remember these. You need to know that SH is a digraph like you know your middle name. So you need to have some systematic ways of studying. Please do make these cards. We will use them in class, the next class. So bring your cards with you, either to face-to-face or online class, and I'll show you how we will use these then, not just for us to study, but you will use them when you're working with children. So I'll teach you some instructional techniques to use with kids. All right, create your cards, bring them to class, use them to study, and I'll see you next time.